Hi, everybody. Today I want to talk about how babies think. 30 years ago, they thought that they didn't. There's no thinking, there's nothing there's no learning, blank slate. Since that time, there have been a variety of studies that have proved that point of view wrong. And I'll give you 3 examples of them. And when I use the term baby, I mean 0 to 2. The first one, this is something that develops at 5 months of age. It's called naive physics, the belief that a baby has a rudimentary understanding of how physical things interact in the world. And so one time what they do is they show some babies see a car just rolling up and down a pretend road. And other times they see a car that's flying. Okay, and when they see the flying car, they do a baby double take and they stare at it. And what you can measure is how long they stare at it as compared to the regular car. Also, as part of this, they had a solid wall and a solid block, and sometimes the block just went like this against the wall, but other times it mysteriously went through. Another baby double take, they stare at that. You say, okay, Lynn, well, so does that really mean they have a rudimentary understanding of physics, or does it just mean like, oh, that's surprising? So they did this study again, exact same thing, and then they gave individual babies, we'll start with the cars, the ones that saw the normal car and the ones that saw the flying car, and they give them the actual toy, and they sit there and they play, and their play behavior is coded. And the ones that saw the flying plane are much more apt to and much sooner to actually taking the car and throwing it to the ground as if they're saying, I thought there was gravity. I'm not suggesting they understand gravity, but it's sort of like they're testing. Oh, why was this flying? Will it drop if I go like that? And then they did the same thing with the block. And the ones who had the block that went through the wall, the first thing they do with the block is banging it as if they're trying to figure out, is this solid or why did it go through there? Now, there's also an understanding now that babies have a rudimentary understanding of good and bad behavior, good and bad people. Okay, so there's many of these studies, but this one's the classic one. There's a little animal, and there's 2 puppets, sort of on a stage. And between the 2 puppets is a plastic box with a shiny top in the inside. Okay, and so the little animal, and what's happening is a baby is sitting over here watching the whole show. The little animal goes up to the box and tries to open the lid and goes, I can't get it. Sometimes this puppet comes over and together they open the box and they do a little puppet dance. But other times, the other puppet comes over and actually puts his butt right on that top of that box, making it impossible for the little animal to get there. We will call those helper and hinderer puppets. So what will happen if you take the baby into another room? They can sit on their parents' lap. The parents close their eyes so they don't give any hints. And you don't have to use eye contact anymore. You can just use grasping, okay? And so 8.5 out of 10 babies reach for the helper and not the hinderer, okay? And they don't like people that help the hinderer, but they do like people that punish the hinderer as well. And the third thing is something called theory of mind, is that I know that I have certain beliefs, certain memories, and they're in my mind, and the other people around here don't have the same stuff in their head. Just because I'm a certain something doesn't mean that everybody has the same mind. And we get this, but will babies, and when will they do this? Interesting, cute study. They use broccoli and goldfish crackers, okay? And they start out by presenting these 2 things to the babies, and no baby worth their salt would pick the broccoli. They always pick the crackers, okay? And then experimenter comes into the room, and she goes over the broccoli and picks it up and goes, broccoli, I love broccoli, and puts it down. Then she goes, crackers, goldfish crackers. Ooh, I don't like those. Nasty. Ooh, I don't like those crackers. And put them down. Okay, and then you go over to the baby who can understand you now, even though they might not be. They might be able to talk a little bit. You can say, okay, give her a snack. Okay, when they're, I think it's 13 months. When they're 13 months, they look at it. It's as if they're a little confused, and they pick up the goldfish and give it to the one that said broccoli was her favorite. Why do they do that? I prefer these fish crackers, goldfish crackers. So this person is a carbon copy of me, so that's what they're like too. Then you get to like 15, 16 months and you do it again, and it's almost as if it's against their better judgment. But when they ask them to give a snack to the person who's shown broccoli was her preferred item, I'm not saying they really do this, but okay, lady, I don't know why you like this, but here's your broccoli. Thus, understanding that I love goldfish crackers, but this person, for whatever reason, likes has a different mind from mine, and they like broccoli. So if I'm going to give her a snack, I should give her what she likes. Now, I'm not saying that they use these things all the time in day-to-day baby life, but they are precursors, maybe built in, because they happen so quickly, that maybe help. And then from that point on, as a baby develops, either through brain development and or experience, they go on to learn the more sophisticated idea of science and morality and person self as well. So next time you see a little baby, look in their eyes and think about what's going on in there, because there's more going on in there than you thought. Thanks for watching. This is episode 17. Bye.